to see community gardens because they help people grow and get stronger.
Inch by inch, row by row, I love to watch this garden grow.
Balanced and right relationship to Native peoples. Returning stewardship and land to Native peoples. Power relinquishment by affluent and dominant power.
We were the ones who tended to the soil. We tended to the place from which we grow. There is indigeneity in so many of us, and it's been erased. Because we've been made to feel like these powers have some form of control over us, and there is such an imbalance.
You know what I believe? I believe if I give this to you where it belongs, things will be better.
Yeah.
My name is Jamila, and I wrote down systemic abolition, reparations, repatriation, and creation.
Can you build a new world on the ashes of the old? No.
Quiero ir, pero no sé si me van a entender. Quiero ir, pero no sé. Pero si mis palabras van a llegar al oído necesario.
Quiero ir, pero solo si me van a escuchar bien.
Me encanta que hay tantas organizaciones sin fines de lucro que nos apoyan.
Ellas me entienden. Cada una de ellas ha hecho el impacto necesario para mí, pero ustedes que están allá, que hablan el English, ¿me van a entender a mí? Mis causas, mis necesidades, lo que necesita mi pueblo.
My name's Benita. Strength and weakness, the beauty of Boulder, our natural environment and our open space policies and land use policies.
And what are the weaknesses?
The cost of land and the inability to acquire land and build homes for people.
Smell that? Home.
I wish I could afford a home.
One strength is like a very strong community, engaged, collaborative, progressive, liberal. But the opposite will be like that fake liberal progressive. That deep inside you see a lot of racism, classism, sexism, and many other reasons.
I love that I'm in a community where I feel so supported.
We love you, especially when you act like us.
And I love that there's such a liberal mindset. Everybody is all about liberty and justice and the pursuit of them all.
Oh, honey, okay, so we'll take this part of you, and that part's cute, so we'll keep that. But this part, if you could just kind of scooch that out of your personality, that'd be really helpful, thank you.
And it's just so beautiful that we can exist in this community.
You are a pathway for me to feel like I'm a good person.
Our community is San Sushi, and we were a block away from the Marshall Fire. And we have 3 residents that lost their roofs. These 3 residents have still not had roofs replaced or homes replaced in 3 years. They don't live in a safe environment and a healthy environment.
What do you feel like the needs of the community will be in 20 years, do you think?
In 20 years, water and sewer are the main needs for our community. To have, our electricity went out. Half of our parks, water froze because there wasn't electricity to deliver water from our well. So having adequate water supply to fight fires, we have no fire hydrants. How are we going to fight a fire when our electricity goes out?
The Marshall fires just burned down our newly owned residential park.
Just because we don't have money doesn't mean we don't need a home and a roof over our heads.
This isn't about political ideology and philosophical conversations. This is this world with material things and real people with real lungs.
I look up at night from my bed and I see stars.
It's not only about the fires from before, but the water in the future. You need to be concerned about both.
Water is a fundamental right.
Affordable housing.
We need more affordable housing. Everyone knows communities die if people who work in a community cannot afford to live in a community and afford it. So one of the future leaders who will be alive doing stuff for all of us in 20 years said we need more affordable housing. Would some people be willing to shout out a few words about why affordable housing might be supported for the city, why they might need it? Why do we need affordable housing?
Can I add something to what you said? It's not affordable housing for renting. It's to be able to buy or own a house.
Buy and own. To have more, is it in terms of being able to actually have land that you could buy and purchase? Is that also part of the permanently affordable housing, or are you talking about just having more access?
Just having more access, be able, because the cost of living is so high here in Boulder too, and have food on the table.
Anyone else want to say why affordable housing is in need?
Affordable housing is one of the ways that communities thrive and are diverse. And that is important for growth, that is important for collaboration, that is important for a lot of things. The thing I want to say about affordable housing for me is that we need actual affordable housing, because $2,000 a month is not affordable for people who are making $10 an hour. So we need actual affordable housing, and we also need to, and that includes being able to purchase homes and purchase land to be able to build, but also people who are lower income need opportunities to grow wealth. We are being locked out of wealth development and those legacies by buying into these affordable home buying programs.
I just wanted to add on to what my peer and colleague just said. Is like, so I did work for, and this is kind of for the city to know, for the Human Relations Commission. So we have done many things about affordable housing, but we're talking about real affordable housing. Like if you go to some places like Seattle, their communities give subsidies that actually help to have affordable housing. If you say affordable housing to a lower income or even a middle income, and you go in, they say like, oh, well, this is going to cost you $400,000, $300,000. Well, what I've seen is there's a Tesla out front.
Come here, little man. Oh, I know, right? It's a beautiful home, isn't it? With my own hands, I helped build that. See that truss? I helped build that. Yeah, no, we can't live here. No. That's why we have to commute.
Yeah, we made that for somebody else.
But it's a beautiful home.
Beautiful home.
Yeah.
Beautiful home. The way that we made sure that everything was leveled.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. First, you got to level the field.
Yeah.
Are you here to buy a home? Starting at $1 million. Only 8% interest.
Oh, that's a little rich for me. Thanks very much. But,
Totally affordable neighborhood.
I feel like if you were just a little bit more thankful for the affordable housing that we have. I mean, just get yourself a Tesla, then get yourself an affordable house. It's reasonable.
It's okay.
There's something so beautiful about being able to reach out to something and maybe, just maybe, actually being able to hold it. Actually being able to grasp those things that are within the grasp, because we know that our people have paved the way to make those things a reality. And why isn't that our people are not allowed to then own the things that we helped make a reality?
We pick the fruit, but we can't eat the fruit.
They say when you have a garden and you have pesticides and toxic stuff in the garden, the bees leave. And you go bring a new hive and they leave. And you go bring another one and they leave. Boulder is white, not by accident. There are toxins in this environment that prevent black people from sticking around. But we keep hiring them. And when we bring them, we have surveys. And what do you call this one? What we're doing now? Feedback sections, where black people say what they're experiencing and what they're feeling. Very often what we say is no different from the 60s and 70s. When you read some of Martin Luther King's writings, you realize his worst fears were of progressives who claim to be allies. As Boulder does the surveys and feedback, the question is, what are the results? I've been here for almost 30 years, and I've seen many black people come and go. The stories are the same. What that means is that we take surveys and we do things that give us data that we are inclusive and we are talking and reaching out to the community. The question is, are we paying attention to the results of what we say we are doing? Because if we are doing it right, the stories of black people who live here will be different. They will change for the better. So right now what we need is right action that produces results. Whether it's economic, whether it's housing, whether it's education, we need results that we are not being used to get data or, yeah? But in 20 years, my wish is that black folks have no need of the city because our needs are met.
Let me tell you something. Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Boulder is still super rich and super white, like we told you 20 years ago.
Oh, is that your survey? Let me take that survey.
Do something.
Oh, let me give you another survey.
Absolutely
you want
not.
another survey? Have another survey.
Are we going to continue
Do
to
something.
listen,
Did you feel that survey
but not
We
listen?
really want to know what you
Because
have
this
to
is
say.
getting
That's what you keep
repetitive.
saying.
Repetitive.
Something
Repetitive.
needs to change.
Repetitive.
What would be amazing is if you created the actual container, the actual environment where people would actually be willing to stick around. Are you willing to do something about it?
Do something!
Or are you just gonna watch and wait for the next set of feedback results?
Together, we can change this.
Because we're done. We're done waiting for your words to match your actions.
All right, Nico. All right, what are some community assets?
Equality, yeah. So everybody feels like comfortable.
If we had real equality, if we really believed in equality, you'd call on me.
But I'm just stretching right now.
You'd give as much mic time to the youngest in the room as to the oldest.
But I put my hand down because I'm not sure if you're ready to actually hear me.
What we're doing today, stories are an asset, and stories are something that when we mine the stories of, like in a regenerative way, we see that for every dollar that's hoarded is another person's story that wasn't told. And if we can connect the dots there and hear the stories, then everything will flow more effectively.
I just adding ancestral knowledge, cultural diversity, the care of Mother Earth in a more motherhood way. And yeah, community education, but not only educating our communities, but learning from our communities.
Hear that? That's a beating heart. Behind every statistic is a beating heart.
We can hold stories just like she holds our stories.
In the beginning, there were not humans.
But then every story told brought out a different life.
In the beginning, there was story, and story sang us into existence.
And those stories became our culture and our way of life, the way we dance, we sing, we love, we eat.
We flow like the rivers. We burn like the fire.
When you hear my story, you hear my heart.
Bueno, yo esto lo voy a hablar en español para poder expresarme mejor. Para mí y para mi compañera Benita, este es un lugar muy bueno para venir y hablar sintiéndonos seguros. ¿Por qué? Porque todos somos minoría en estos momentos. No habemos más de uno ni más de otro. Y creemos que si se hace esto cada 3 meses, cada cierto tiempo, es un lugar donde todos podemos venir a expresarnos sin miedo y sintiéndonos comprendidos, y que todos estos feedbacks que estamos dando no se queden en un simple video o escucharlos, sino ponerlos en práctica y ver cómo podemos avanzar como ciudad. Y no en 10 ni en 15 años, lo más rápido que se pueda.
Y cuando tenemos todos juntos este pasito, es cuando tenemos algo que se puede presentar, que se puede cambiar. Todo junto con las palmas, vamos a cantar. Pasito por pasito, pasito por pasito, pasito por pasito, el mundo cambia. Pasito por pasito. Pasito por pasito, pasito por pasito, el mundo cambia.